Hi, and welcome to my channel. This is Time Well Spent. Time Well Spent is just an idea that I had started on TikTok and just my passion for watches. So I wanted to share that with you all, and really I think this YouTube channel has a lot of potential. I'm really looking forward to trying different things out here. So I'm going to start with some simple strap changes. I've got an exciting series that I want to do with some watches that I recently found from my father, who passed a couple of years ago. Found a neat box of old watches, and I'm looking forward to just experimenting with those. And nothing really precious there, nothing luxury or fancy, but just something that will be a bit nostalgic and fun to work on. So tonight, what I'm looking at is my Tissot Gentleman. This is the Powermatic 80. So as you can see here, it's the blue dial. One of the things I really love about this watch, just wears so well. It's a gorgeous dial, very clean, different colors and different lights. You know, dark rooms, almost has sort of a black hue to it. You get out in the sun and it just becomes this really bright blue. Really enjoy wearing this watch, but it's summer and these bracelets can be a little tough on you. So I made a little investment here. I went into the CTS rubber strap. I went to Delugs.com, so I'll share some information on here. Very nice packaging. Really appreciate everything that goes into it. So I'm going to start here just unboxing a little bit, and we'll talk a little bit about what's in the box. So it does come with its own tool, which is really nice. However, I do keep my own here. I've got my Burge on. It actually comes with 3 straps. I assume this is to help with the sizing, and you can have multiple sizes, so really nice feature to see there. And as you can see here, you'll have your perforations to cut these back. And last you have what I'll call the buckle. I'll pull that out here. And we'll set that aside. So this is the point strap, I'm sorry. And in this case, obviously, I went with the stainless steel to match the aesthetic of the watch. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start by getting this strap off of the Tissot Gentleman. I do have my handy dandy strap tweezers here. I know that Tissot sells their own variation of tweezers for this, but I did pick this up for a very good deal on AliExpress. I know there's a lot of sites that sell very similar ones for up to $150. Just didn't feel like taking that level of investment just yet, so here we are. So again, I'm going to start just by removing the strap, or the bracelet here. This is my very first time, so I'm sure in the comments you'll be able to share with me any tips on how to do this better. I did look for ways to open the strap up all the way to make it a little easier to operate, but I feel like this could work. And if I don't like the way this is looking, I will probably end up using the tool to grab here. This one doesn't seem to be grabbing very easily in the space. There we go. One side out. Okay, not as automatic as I thought it would be. I'm sure there are techniques and practice with this that I need to adopt, but again, welcome your thoughts in the comments. Alright, so I'm not loving this tool, so I'm just going to go old school here. I've done a few of these in my time, so I'm just going to start on one side and be very careful here not to mess with the finish of the watch. I'm sure I'm making this look absolutely terrible, and I'm probably making some people cringe. Not wearing gloves. Alright, I'm absolutely sucking at this. There we go, we got one side out. Just gonna push that spring bar aside. Other side should go a little easier, just given that we have the access now. Put a little tension on there. There we go. Now the nice thing about going in the opposite direction is here, these Delugs do have a nice quick release. So we're going to start off with installing these. And that is really a nice fit. I do like how that lines up with the watch. I feel like at some point I'm going to need to invest in some jeweler's glasses here just so I can see what I'm doing a little better. There we go. So we have both sides on. Oh, I love that look. Let me polish her up a little bit just to give the full aesthetic here, but as you can see, that's a really great match, and I love how it really connects the strap to the dial there. Alright, next comes up the sizing, so I'm going to put this up to my wrist and see where we need to connect here. Let's see how many of these we're going to need to remove. You can see what I'm doing here. Just trying to pinch it up just to get a sense of how many sections I want to remove from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we're going to start with 5 on each side. At this point, I'm going to pull out some handy dandy scissors. Alright, so I'm picking an area here. So as I said, I'm going to look for about probably 5 just to kind of show you where I stand here. Apologize for the terrible camera angle, but if we look at just the fit right here, I'm going to try and remove about 5 sections of the rubber here, just counting that off. And the nice thing about the clasp that this comes with is it does have some nice micro adjustments on it, so that's going to really help me, especially in the warmer weather, make it loosen a little bit or get a little tighter in the hotter weather. So within the actual packaging, it does come with spring bars. They're just kind of hidden back in here. I'm going to pull those out and have them ready to go. Alright, now it comes for the surgical procedure. So we're going to start with 5, as I said. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to remove right here. Make sure you got some good sharp scissors, make a nice clean edge. And do the same thing on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remember, always measure twice, cut once. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Try to get a little deeper in the scissors here to get some good grip. Alright, the deed is done. Hopefully we got that sizing right. We'll get those off to the side. Alright, so now I'm going to actually take this off of the watch. So I think it'll make it a little bit easier to assemble. And I'm going to put that off to the side here. And so we're going to bring these spring bars through. First opening here. I'm going to expand this out. Make sure I'm getting these cut into the right angle here. In fact, there is still a little bit of the ASMR tape on here. I'm going to take that off to make this actually work. That was beautiful. So I'm going to start in on the tightest setting since I set that right at my wrist. I'm just going to use my fingernail here to get that set. Oops. Never fails. Every time I go into the wrong opening there. Alright, so now we have the one side set. And that looks beautiful. Alright, and same thing for this side. I'm going to grab my spring bar. Bring that through. First opening here. Oh. It's always a battle. So these are a very snug fit, but I think that's really just a reflection of the quality of these as well. There we go. Alright, that is 100% on. I'll expand these out, make it reinstalling it on the watch a little easier. Interested in your thoughts in the comments if in fact I should have kept this attached originally or if this is the easier way. It seems to me like this was very logical. And there we have it. What a beautiful strap. Let's see how it fits. Alright, I like it. I think that's a perfect fit. I can just slightly get my finger under there. I think that'll be perfect when it gets warmer or get a little bit tighter. I do have room for expansion in there. Oh, another little ASMR moment here. We can take that off. Alright, and there you have it. I'm looking forward to getting this one out in public tomorrow. So be on the look for some new content coming tomorrow, and you can be certain this one will be involved.